All right, so let's make ScrolView. Just go to UI and then a ScrolView. And then I'm gonna drag it down right in here, make it a bit bigger. So let's say that if our buttons in a ScrolView are gonna be 300 by 300, then the height of the whole viewport should be maybe 365, and then I'm just gonna align it to our canvas. Here we go. So you can easily see the scroll on the vertical and also the horizontal. However, in our example, we're not gonna need the vertical. So I'm just gonna simply delete it. I just clicked on this arrow. So I have the vertical child, and then I just delete it. So I'm gonna click on a scroll view. I would love to change the color actually to black. I like it, and I think I need to make it less transparent. Um, let's put it a little bit here. Okay, I like it more now. And then we have the screw rect component, which is for our scroll view. We're not going to use vertical. The movement type, we have 3 different movement type, which I'm going to show it actually in action because it would be easier to understand it. So we also going to need content to put inside of the scroll view. So when we move around to left or right, we are going to see some buttons or images. So for that, let's just use one of the buttons that we made before to save time. I just hold it, Control and then D to copy it. So let's drag it down. Let's actually make it simple. So I'm just gonna delete this guy and also the image. And let's say 300 by 300, right? And then you can also see a red cross in here, and that means your width is kind of messed up. So I'm gonna drag it right in here. That was why we had the red cross in there. And we should be good with our button. So what I'm gonna do, I need to add this button as a content for our scroll bar. How I do it, I expand the scroll view and then the viewport, and then we have content. So you can see that the content by itself also has its own panel. I'm gonna actually extend it to here, and then I can simply drag my button to the content, and now it is part of it, but I can't see anything. And in order to fix that, just click on the content, go to add component, and then type horizontal layout group, and then choose that component. Now I can see my button, because with this component I will be able to manage my content inside of the this content box. So I can manage all of my buttons. Let's add more button. Just simply hold Control and then D, so we can have more and more of them. Now let's play. Let's click on content again, and then let's play with these variable. Well, I would like to put this guy on middle left, so I'm trying to adjust them. I also don't like it that how they are attached to each other. So let's give them some space. Maybe actually 30. That looks better. So as you can see, we do have buttons up to here, but they're not visible. And the reason of that is because of this viewport rectangle, which makes sense. I'm not gonna extend it and make it bigger because that's what our resolution is on the phone. So it wouldn't make any sense if I want to change it. But let's go to scroll view and actually play and then see how things are gonna work. So if I click here on my game view and I drag, I can see that my buttons are moving. But as soon as I leave my left mouse button, they all are gonna go back to where they were. So the reason of that is because the buttons are gonna move as long as they are out of the content view. So if I click on the content you can see that this is my content view, but my buttons are going to here, right in there. So what I need to do is to extend my content rectangle and then make it longer. So now if I move, then it's not going to go back, and I can have access to every single button that I have. Let's actually make it a little bit bigger. Here we go. So this sounds fine again, but oh, here's the thing. I just did it in play mode, right? So I need to right click in here, copy the component, and then stop the play mode, right click again, and then paste component value. And now I have it in the place that I want it. So notice that if when I change the content rectangle, then the sizes in here are also going to be changed. The space is different. So be careful with that. Try to not have extra space for your content because it's going to be empty. I would also love to lift these guys 30 more so I can have a little bit of space in here. It's not going to be completely there. And so let's play it again. I'm just gonna need to show one more thing. So if I go to ScrolView and then movement type, right now it's on elastic. If I change it to clamp and try to move it to the right, the buttons are not gonna move. But if I move it to the left, drag them to the left, they're gonna move to the left. So that's what clamp is. But if I use elastic and I drag it to the right, it's gonna show me a little bit extra space, which how iOS design is. So I'm just gonna leave it for elastic, and you can also change the elasticity by changing this variable. Let's just put it on 1, so it moves back slower. So I guess that's what it is for ScrolView. Pretty much straightforward, very easy. You just go to create UI ScrolView, and then you make your own content, which in this case we made buttons, and then we put them as a child for content in here. And then we added a component which was horizontal layout group for content, and then we adjusted these values to make it in a way that we like it to be. And after that, we needed to adjust the content space by changing this little guy in here. And we actually did it during the play mode, so we could have better view of how long our contents are. So that was it. I hope it was pretty much simple. Thank you.